Hey guys, I'm just thinking of my business school experience and I see a strong correlation between business school and hair care. Keep watching. Let me just share a few things. A misaligned strategy will set your business back, will make your business stagnant. And I loved the analogy where the professor used a chicken and a giraffe and kind of merged them together and showed how if you have the wrong strategy, you're like matching things that don't have any business being matched together. So when you take it back to hair, you think of how if your goal is to have a healthy hair, healthier scalp, and you're using products that are the opposite, the products that will clog your hair follicles, products that will irritate your scalp, chemicals, how are you aligning that with your goal? Being misaligned means your strategy will not work. So I loved that analogy. Another thing they touched on in business school was growth, actual growth. There's a real emphasis on what will make a business grow. It was two professors. One professor talked about the customer journey. So taking on your customer journey, viewing how a customer logs in, how a customer books an appointment. That's the customer journey. And then another professor talked about the process map. The process map is literally how do your processes kind of pile on to create a result. So she used like the Burger King example of, how they have process maps on how to make a burger, or like the McDonald's, or how to make a Big Mac. So whenever you're thinking of your hair care and your hair care goals and having that in mind, do you have a process? Is there a process where you take this step that creates that step that goes to that step? So just even think about just a regular scalp cleansing routine. Do you have your hydrating shampoo, your clarifying shampoo? Do you have your leave-in products? Do you exfoliate your scalp? Those are the processes that you need to kind of come outside and evaluate to see how are these processes going to help my hair in the long run. Finally, the most amazing thing happened. So during one of the classes, one of our case studies was, his name is Tristan Walker, and he was the owner of Bevel before he sold it to Procter & Gamble. Bevel is a shaving company, and it was so interesting how this all happened. So he is the focal point of our case study. And then one of the cohorts there says, oh, I know him, and I can actually reach out to him to kind of speak to us in this moment. And everyone was like, huh? And then she goes, talks, blah, 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 sets it up, and there Tristan joins us on Zoom, and immediately on the fly, Tristan is able to tell us his why. There and there, he's telling us why he started his company, why he was surrounding himself with the people he was surrounding himself. The why was so clear. So how does this relate to hair? So whenever you are looking for inspiration, look for people that have already done kind of what you are aiming to do. Don't be in the circle where people are like, oh my gosh, there's nothing we can do. We're just going to lie down. We're just going to give up. Go to where people are saying, this is how I've done this. These are the steps that I took. These are the mistakes that I made. And this is how I achieved what I achieved. It was such a flex. All in all, business school had a lot to teach me about my industry, which is hair care. And I hope you enjoyed my video. Catch you in my next one. Bye.